how their processing works, so that we can award them
this
criteria. Okay.
Just mentioning, yeah.
Yes, so that's the name of our organization, and
can you give us a little
catch? Sure. Well, I mean, following along from what Hannah is saying, you know, how do we decide what is sustainable to us from a textile point of view? Well, we begin by really getting to know the fiber, and we were also talking a little bit before we came in here about how not only are we in the industry, but we're also all consumers. And also we're recognizing that if you go and buy a product, you usually have no clue what it's made of, other than just a little 100% cotton, 100% lyocell, but we don't really know what that means. So therefore, as consumers, I think we're buying stuff very blindly. We're not knowing what the substance of the stuff we put on our backs is. We wouldn't do that with food, okay? So for our organization, what we do is we go right back to the fiber. So we start by understanding, where does the fiber come from? Where does that tensile come from? What's it made of? We just learned it's made from trees. Most of the industry people that I speak to, or students, they certainly get completely shocked that this material is made from trees. But it's really important, I think, to know the provenance, or where your fiber comes from. Then you can start asking questions about, well, how did you get hold of this? How did you grow it? Is it from an animal's back? Is it from a tree? Was it from a cotton ball? And then you begin to ask the next set of questions, which are then, how does it get processed and spun into my yarn and woven or knitted into my t-shirt or jeans? And that's where you can find where the questions are that lead you to figure out whether a material may be sustainable or not in relation to another one. So very simply, that's where we come from as a baseline process. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come to sustainability concept again.
Yeah.
And before that, we were mentioning this textile exchange program. I really want to understand what it contains.
I mainly work in that area as a consultant. So that means brands and retailers have many different fabrics, many different products, and this is also what we want. And a lot of products are mixed. So you, as a brand, you need a strategy how to kind of use better options within cotton, within viscose, within polyester, for example. You cannot change from one day to the next. And this journey to substitute fibers and materials and to use real better alternative, because we want to work for real change. And real change is also measurable. So you want to know how much water did I save? How much greenhouse gases did I save? Because as a company, I want to have less impact on climate change. So it becomes a lot of figures also, and a lot of research that we put into our report and our kind of benchmarking.
If you have been shopping recently, you might have seen labels with words like sustainable and eco-friendly all over the place. In general, that's a good development. But often customers learn later on that the various production inputs and steps leading to the production of their beloved new garment are not as green as they seemed. So, to avoid unpleasant surprises, how can you find truly sustainable solutions with lower eco-footprints that don't exploit your trust? We at Lenzing, famous for our closed-circle production of eco-responsible fibers, have developed Lenzing EcoVero, a viscose fiber that marks a new milestone in Lenzing's sustainability journey. The Lenzing EcoVero fibers are certified with the EU Eco label, which is only awarded to products with a significantly lower environmental impact throughout their life cycle. And to ensure you of their origin, we decided that you deserve nothing less than full transparency. Lenzing purchases wood from responsible managed forests. FSC and PEFC certifications prove that the material is delivered from sustainable sources. Now, to ensure that the final product in your hands is really made of our treasured sustainable viscose, we devised a special manufacturing system so that even after long textile processing and conversion steps, Lenzing EcoVero fibers can be robustly identified in the final product. Because this is what full transparency means. No buts, no compromises. So, whenever you look for a truly sustainable garment material, don't get lost in the label jungle. Just look for Lenzing EcoVero, our new milestone in eco-responsible viscose.
Yes, this is one of the innovations we have launched last year, and the second one is Refibra. You know, circular economy is also another concept we are talking about very much these days. So we contributed to circular economy by inventing this Refibra fiber. We are using the cotton scraps from the cutting wastes of cotton, and then we convert them.
We're wasting, that means landfilling or burning, which is just crazy, about 8.4 million tons of textiles a year. That's only in Europe. Now this is an unmanageable waste stream. It's just crazy. We're running out of land in which to stuff this stuff, and clearly burning is not an option. Although I'm sure you're all aware of Burberry got their wrist slapped recently.
We have a very recent, interesting
but they're not the only ones. You know, it's just that a spotlight was
yeah.
shown on them, and this really, I think consumers got really shocked that actually this is common practice, and it's just so stupid, so unintelligent, so wasteful, and obviously the impacts of doing that on greenhouse gas emissions, CO2, etc., just, you know, you don't even want to think about. So we are at a critical point in you know, recognizing that our impact, we just can't carry on like this. So each and every one of us can play a part, both in our daily life.
Much more complex, so it's not only choosing one material or a one take-back system, so you can bring the clothing there and then it's been taken care of. So, and it comes kind of in waves, where you have the feeling, the previous big topic was water and water consumption. Especially also in the textile industry, and then climate change took a bigger kind of piece of the awareness, and at the moment, at least also in many countries that we are active in, it's also that microplastic topic. So I'm sure you've heard about this small particles that end up in the oceans and in waterways and anywhere really in the world and in the food chain. And
this is really important.
There's at the moment